Hi colleagues, welcome to my course for Library Science 1. I wanted to highlight my course homepage, how I program the modules in an equity-minded grading scheme. I may throw in a few other bonus items along the way that you may or may not find helpful. So this homepage that you see, it has taken me many years to get to a place where I actually like seeing my homepage when I log into my course. I have received good feedback from students about how my course is organized, and I think this homepage really contributes to it. So the homepage, I wanted it to be very practical, but also easy to navigate. So I have headings as well as buttons that correspond to each heading. Some of these are links, like I link out to the welcome letter and the syllabus. Some of these are pop-ups that the information will pop up, and that one is not working. I fixed it yesterday, but it still doesn't want to work today. But here's an example of the pop-up, because late work is something students always wonder about, so I figured why not just make that prominent so they can find that easily. Or if they want to make an appointment with me, then they can click that button, and when it's time to meet with me, it's easy to find the link to meet with me. Or how do they get help or technology support. And I'm always open to suggestions from students on what they definitely refer to on this page and what I might be able to remove at some point. I also like having the course summary. So I use the syllabus feature to get this instead of having to retype this myself. And I also have syllabus quick links in addition to a full document. This was added for a CBC alignment, even though I don't necessarily like it there, but I have already received feedback from students saying that they appreciated being able to jump to what they wanted to find this semester. So I think it's a good thing I have it, even if it's not my personal preference. So that's my home page. The other thing I wanted to highlight was how I have the modules programmed. And in the Canvas crawl, I had to deprogram that. So you won't see it in this Canvas, this module that will be shared with you, or the course that will be shared with you. So I'm going to jump over to my live class. So all the modules, I was always very frustrated with students jumping to assignments and not looking at the information that was prior to it. And some weeks it mattered less than others, but some weeks there was information that they need to help them more effectively complete whatever activity that I have. So I wanted to force them to have to go through this module in the order that I presented them. So to do that, from a module, you click Edit, and it's under Requirements, and I will show you where this is in the other view in a moment. And then notice I have students must complete all of these requirements, and then I also have checked students must move through requirements in sequential order. So by selecting that, they have to at least click on the page. They may not read it, but at least I know they click through it. If they don't read it, maybe they'll at least remember that something was there. So if they need further information, then they can jump back to that as needed. So looking at it, in this course, let me just highlight it. So again, pick a module, click Edit, go to Requirements, Add Requirement, make sure the first two are selected. The next thing I wanted to show you was the grading scheme that I use. I started using this fall 2023 and changed it to what I've read is a more equitable grading scheme, with 1 point being between the different kind of scoring levels. I also put this together with the idea of trying to encourage students to revise. So you'll see that these labels use language like not there yet, below expectations, revisions encouraged, approaching expectations, revisions suggested, and then also have meets expectations and the exceeds expectations. Although I don't use this 4-point exceeds expectations on every assignment, but the majority of my assignments use this grading scheme. There is one culminating project that I have a higher number of points assigned as the starting point instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, because I would find that students would go, oh, well, if it's only worth that many points, then I don't need to do it at all and I'll still be okay. Maybe I'll go from an A to a B, but the whole point of the culminating project is that they do the project. So that one's a little different, but it still uses the same philosophy of not having this huge gap of points between like what's an A, what's a B, what's a C. And in my information in the crawl, I did add where you can find my inspiration to do that. If you would like to read it, it's here under the resources and tips. So there was one other source I had. It was slides. I couldn't find it online. So if that's something that you want more information on, I can always scan those, since I'm not sure where I got those from, but I assume I got them online. And then one other thing I'll just quickly highlight as a bonus is on all my assignments. At the bottom, I have a why do we do this? And this connects it to either a weekly objective, a student learning outcome, or, you know, if there was some other reason, but usually one of these are the reasons that we're doing it. Like the first week, we're getting to know each other. So that's not a course objective, but it's something that is done in most classes. So I like to have that there. And I also add resources to help students do things. And then you see the rubric. So I'm happy to answer additional questions about my course and help you with yours if you want to need help adopting something that I've done. Even if it's not what I've shown here, you're welcome to reach out for me to do that. Thank you for your attention.